Here we are at the Craighead County Extension Office on Washington. We're going to have the Northeast Arkansas Beekeepers Association meeting at 6 p.m.
So I guess it's time to start a meeting. I was going to have my wife go over this, but she's with my grandkids. But we're going to talk mostly about, I think all of y'all got your honey off or some of it off. Most of y'all got your honey off? Okay. If we're going to talk a little bit about honey and about labels, of course, if you're selling to your friends and stuff, you probably don't need labels on your honey, but.
What if your friends don't want to buy them? They just want you to get them.
Well, I got somewhere in my information, the guy did one on that. And they said if you ever give it to them, they'll be expecting it free every year. They said not to do that. It'll cost you money. But of course, if you got your bees on somebody else's land, I do, I give them a case of pints every year. And they appreciate it. And in fact, for a year or so, he wouldn't take it. And I started just giving them to him for the rent, but I got a pretty good location. But on your labels, there's a few qualifications. It's a picture of my label. I bought it from Man Lake, but this paper here tells all about the requirements. And of course, you can see John Z's the one that wrote this out. They got it approved so we can sell. I guess we can sell our honey anywhere we want to if we got it labeled right. What I understand in this, they got extracting honey, comb honey, chunk honey, and it's got the label requirements here. And of course, the requirements is you can't put down. I think you can put down raw honey. Talking about raw honey and organic honey. I don't think we have any organic honey. I don't know. I'd be afraid to put it on there. There have been people that put it on there. But you got to put it tells you got to put the weight. Right here on this last page, it's got the weight. You got to put the weight, the volume, and I called a number. I don't see that number. I called a number on mine, and they give me this number. If you see that number, pass it around. That big number, I put that number on there. I'm supposed to make it legal, except I'm supposed to put down on the top of it, not processed in a, where's it at? It says not processed in a commercial, processed.
The product was produced in a private residence.
Yeah.
That is exempt from state licensing and inspection.
Yeah, I don't do that.
The product may contain allergens.
If they ever catch me, I'll put it on there. But I mean, that's a requirement. Now Debbie Sharp, she went down there Mountain View, and she was selling down there, and they got on to her. She had to put it on hers. But she buys most of her honey anyway. She don't raise hardly any of it and sells it. But she does. She bought a bunch from me. She bought a bunch from Steve, and Steve's about to run out. He gone through 70 barrels.
Yeah. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we got 4 that we start pulling honey this week. And we're down to the
Oh, you started now?
No, we got something next Thursday.
Yeah, I wouldn't be no hurry. I mean,
We got a lot. We put about roughly 1,000 more
It-
we did last year.
anyway, you got to put that on top. And used to be you could sell without, you had a label and all the information on it, just like it is at a farmer's market. But this other stuff allows you to sell it, I guess, into stores if the stores will let you. Now, Steve, commercial honey people Steve paid $500 to do it about 20-something years ago, and now they tried to change it, make him pay the more amount, but it was for a lifetime, $500. But now it's nothing close to it. I don't know what it costs. He's got a number. He's a commercial.
Yeah, commercial.
Yeah.
But what's your number? Everybody has an individual number?
I got that number. I mean, you're supposed to call in. There's a phone number you can call John Z and call it in. But if I'm just doing a little bit, I wouldn't worry about that number. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. You know, who's going to say anything? You're selling it to your friends and stuff. And even I've been selling it and they hadn't said nothing about that label. Not yet. I don't. Well, if y'all figure out a drawing, you can. You got a bunch of numbers to put on and get. But anyway, it does look good, don't it? Yeah, it's this year. If you notice, it's lighter. It gets darker as the year go by. Because if I got it in a 5-gallon bucket and it turns to sugar, I got to heat it up. But I heat it up to 100 degrees. When you heat your honey, I got a stainless steel, it's a decapper, but you can put a plug in it and a heater. You can heat it up to 100 degrees. But when you heat your honey, it makes it darker. But you don't want to heat it up to 120 degrees because it kills the enzymes. But I believe it's around 120 degrees. So, but anyway, I come up with this. Well, somebody else come up with this. I'll pass it around. This is a toilet paper holder. They use no, this is paper towel. They use toilet. I melt my wax in there and pour it in there. And if you're out there and you got a frame that they didn't pull out, you can rub that wax on top of it to make it better. Of course, always buy Max Wax foundation, so you don't have to worry about that. But if I redo them, the old ones, and clean them up and redo them, I may not get the wax on there, and they won't pull it out if you don't have a coat of wax on it. It looked terrible. But I thought also tonight we'd talk about how many of y'all got the honey supers that you took honey off of them? What do y'all do to keep the wax moths off of them?
After we've extracted,
Yeah.
deep freezer.
Okay.
Now, I don't have a big setup like everybody does, but I keep everything in a Ziploc baggie and in the deep freezer, and it's just it's a me thing. It's just it's an OCD thing. I can't
Easier way to clean up.
Yeah, you don't have that stuff all over the place. Too.
Well,
Now,
so-
if I had 20 hives, 50 hives,
yeah.
I'd probably have to do things differently.
Yeah.
But just for what I have, it works fine.
Well, if you either put them in the freezers but the way I do mine, I stack them 5 high.
Yeah.
I get a newspaper. I have used paper towels and put the moth, what do you call it, moth crystals, paramoth in them. Now, one of my friends, they said, oh, we used to put ours in a garbage bag, and they didn't even bother them that year. Then the next year, they did the same thing.
And they got them.
And the reason why they got them, the first year you do your new wax and foundation, the moths don't go after it. When it gets darker, they go after it. That's the ones they like. They like the darker comb. So you can stack them 5 high, put the paramoth on top of them, and put a board. I usually stack mine 10 high. I put 5, then I stack them on top and put 5 more on top, then put the paramoth begin on top. Then I make sure, and I keep them in the dry. Now, If it's a little bit after September or later, you can put them outside as long as it's cold. But if you got them inside during the winter time, you don't have paramoth on them, and the moths will eat them in there. Good chance they will, because it's warm. It's like putting it in your house, and they'll eat them. But you can put them outside. One of my friends at Parkin, when he did his, he never did put no paramoth or nothing on it. He would put a piece of metal down, roof metal, and he would stack them on, but he wouldn't start extracting until September. He'll stack them on there, and it's cool enough that but some of the bottom ones look pretty bad with all the, but, and mice can get them in anyway.
Yeah. And so that was a big thing too with, it being in our garage, you're gonna attract mice. Everything. And I didn't want any of that coming into the garage.
Yeah.
And the dog stays out there too. We've got an old dog.
Yeah, I see that.
And you've got hair that's flying everywhere.
Yeah.
Step, right?
Huh?
He has a step, right?
Yeah, he does.
It's quiet.
But those labs, the hair just flies everywhere, and I didn't want that on
So
honey frame.
I figure in a couple more weeks, I'm going to start taking the rest of mine off. I probably got over 100 boxes to take off.
But see, we were talking too, giving the goldenrod
Need
a
some help,
shot.
let me know.
Huh?
We were talking about giving the goldenrod a shot.
I don't want none of, I don't want no goldenrod honey.
We're gonna try it, because we've never had it.
Have you ever smelled it?
I smelled it.
We got last fall.
I mean, some people do it, but
Yeah.
It was good.
I won't keep my goldenrod for my winter feeding. Yeah, because we also got smartweed.
Yeah.
Smartweed is what they call, some people call duckweed. And it's nasty.
Yeah.
It is bad.
We
Well, it stinks. It stinks.
bring the honey supers in and they have smartweed in them. Like when you pick them up, you can actually smell the difference, and it's
Yeah, we can. I mean, when I help Steve Cup extract his honey and help him split his bees. But when you bring that in, you can smell the goldenrod
I don't know what.
a little bit. But they got enough honey that it gonna make it that much different. I mean, you get several. How many barrels did y'all get last year?
Roughly around 200, I think.
200 barrels, and you got a little goldenrod. Because they start pulling off usually September. They may do it a little early this year.
Yeah, we're going to start the last week of August.
Yeah, that's not too much sooner.
That's what we started last year.
I'm going to take mine off as soon as well, maybe when it cools down a little bit too. I hurt my hip, but anyway,
If you need some help, let me know. I'll come over and help you.
I do it the hard way.
Have you seen me?
I make it, I think, but you get your honey off, you got to stack your boxes, and as soon as I pull mine off, I did what a guy at Cabot called Max Honey. I got the ones I split this year. I put a super on top, and when they got that pretty much full, I shook the bees out of them and put a queen excluder on. I got some of them, it's got 3 to 4 boxes of supers on it. As soon as I take the honey off of them, I'm going to treat them for mites. Yeah, I think I'm going to use the Roxanne, the OA strips. I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do, because it'll be good for 50 days. Then I'm going to feed them. As soon as on them single deeps, as soon as I pull the honey off, I'm going to put about a 3-inch rim thing and put wax paper down and feed them. I'm going to feed them that sugar that I did last year. Y'all remember that?
Yes.
I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again next month. And I'm going to feed mine that. And that, actually, I think that's better than fondant. It may not be but it works good.
Because that was a sugar brick that you made, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just sugar. I just put it in a 5-gallon bucket and take a metal spoon and put it on top of that wax paper. Of course, my box has got 1/2-inch hardware cloth in it, and it's got a little gap. I put a little 3/8 strip by 3/4 board all the way around it. I don't know if it hurts it or helps it, but it keeps the wire from coming loose, because when you hit a staple gun on that wire, it breaks it, seems like. But
I made one of those candy boards
Yeah.
by myself, and I mean, for you guys that are carpenters and stuff, it's easy for you. It wasn't
well, you can take
quite
a
so
soup.
easy,
You can take
but I did.
you can take an extra super and put it on there. It'd be the same thing. Just
Yeah.
yeah, super. You just put a super on top, put your wax paper, put your sugar in it,
Yeah.
and that sugar will keep them alive. Kent Williams, he does all his singles, and he feeds them that way.
Yeah.
He come to the Arkansas State meeting a couple times, and I have thought about having him come down to talk, but we'll have to pay him his night, and we got plenty of money. We have to pay his night and his food, and he'll come down. So, well, he's not smaller than me, is he? Kent Williams.
I ate lunch next to last year.
Down to, and I thought maybe we could get both clubs together or something and do it, because I hate to spend all that money for him to come down and everything, and you know, just a few of us. But anyway, he's pretty good. Yes, he is. He got common sense, a lot of common sense. And he's the one to come up with that. He got that sugar recipe from an old lady that showed him how to do it. And it works good. I fed mine through last year, and I had the best. Mine went through the winter better than ever before. Yeah. And they were double, and I did the same thing, but that sugar on top, if they didn't need it, they wouldn't eat it. But if they needed it, it was there. And I think probably put a pound and start out on it, 2 or 3 of them big silver spoons on top, then come back later and check it. And I also did something else, and I'm going to do it again this year. I'm going to put a pollen patty on it about somewhere around last September, somewhere in there. Won't have to worry about the hive beetles eating it, because the reason why bees, a lot of time, there's 2 reasons, but one of they don't have the winter bees to go through the winter. And if you give them a pollen patty, they'll start making more bees. And the other reason is mites. So as soon as I take my honey off, I'm going to treat them with mites. Then I'm going to fog them later, but I'm going to put them strips down. See, how much them strips cost? Well, they come in a package. I meant to bring some of them books. I know they're probably, I'm not sure what they are. They are $80 for 40. They come 40 in a pack or a smaller pack. The smaller pack's almost $30 or $40, a little bit less than 40. But you can put them in, I guess you'd put 4 in the bottom. Well, I did it one year. I put 4 in the bottom and 2 on top. I don't know how much. That's probably enough. But if on my singles, I can put 4 in them and go with it. And I think Steve Cup just puts 4 in his. He puts them in. Do y'all put them in the top? Them strips. Them.
No, we put them in the, well, it depends on where the brood's at, we put them on the brood.
Do you? Do you go down to the bottom box and put them on there if you? Yeah. But I'm gonna put 4 of them in there, And then I'm gonna come back later and fog them. I got a fogger, it works pretty good. And, but the coys from Brooklyn, used to be from Brooklyn, I don't know what time of year they do it. They live in Mississippi. When they take their honey off, they putting patties in them. You know, usually you think of patties in the springtime, but during the springtime, especially where Jeff lives at, and they got plenty of pollen. They got all these trees and stuff. So the best time, they put them in the fall so they can, bees, it seems like it helps their bees make it through the winter better. Steve's talking about it. I don't know if they're going to do it or not. And they put it on top. And I'm going to put them in that wooden, they're about 3 inches tall. I think I took a 1x6 and made mine and cut them. And I cut them 2 3/4 inches, I think, somewhere in there. Then I take the other one that it might be a little bit left on it, and I cut it off. Then I make my boxes. The box, I take a piece and make it 19 1/4. And then the other pieces are 16 1/4. And you put, on the ends, you date them 3/4 by 3/8, and I glue them together and staple them. Then I put the wire. I'll bring one in next meeting, but I feed on top, and it'll really help. If your bees don't need it, what have you lost? Now you can just pour sugar on it, but the difference between pouring sugar on and what Kent Williams does, it's softer. The bees can eat it better. When you pour it on, it'll help them make it through the winter just by pouring it on wax paper, but it's harder for them to eat it. That's what I understand.
Well, would you have to poke holes in the wax paper?
No,
No?
them bees automatically do that. They'll eat it.
Oh,
They'll eat that. And you can sometimes I don't put it all the way from one end to the next. I might have a little gap on each side.
so they come out from underneath it and
Yeah. You know, around the side, they'll have that wax paper gone. They'll eat that. See, I put that honeybee health in it, and it's like lemongrass. You put 3 tablespoons of that, 25 pounds of sugar, and they'll make them. Man, they make them go wild over it. But you got to be careful. You got to go by that recipe, because you get too much of that honeybee health in there, it'll run them out too. So.
I did do my own sonnet last year, which that was the first time I ever
Yeah.
made it. It
Now-
was easy, but just didn't know.
We'll talk a little bit about, I bought me a honey pump. Y'all don't tell my wife, but I kind of mentioned it to her, but I bought one, and bought the bottling tank. It was $1,600 or something. It's heated. I don't know if I needed the heated one, but I got 32 gallons worth of hose. Now, when I pump that in there, you get air bubbles. And when you're doing your honey, wait a day. I say wait 2 days before you pour it in a jar. At least 1 day, get the air bubbles. But if you take, on top, you got foam on there. When you pump it in there, makes air bubbles. You take that saran wrap, cut it, and now the hardest thing about putting that saran on is cutting it and holding it down, folding it up. You put it on top, and then you pour it together, and I'll pull all that foam off of it. It works really good. I did use paper towels. Steve Clients told me to use paper towels. It works, but that saran wrap works a whole lot better.
so you just lay it on top of the honey.
Yeah, for a little bit, then you just scoot it over and pull it up. It works good.
Yeah, just kind of twist it and pick up.
It works good. I've been seeing it and on Facebook. It works really good. But to let your honey stay for overnight anyway, for the air bubbles to come on top. And I found out it's better for me when I get down low and put some more honey in it, and seems like the bottom, when you get real down too close to the bottom, it's not as clean as the honey that's on top. All the stuff floats on top. I strained mine. Oh, and I also did something when you extracting. I don't know if y'all use a decapping knife, a hot knife or something. Well, I've been doing this for 25 years, and I've been cutting it off and letting the honey drain out of it. But this year I went on Amazon and I bought that honey press. And I had 5 gallons of cappings, and it doesn't sit there for 2 days. So I bought that thing, I put it in this nylon bag, 5 gallons, it's about that big around. And I put it in there and I started smashing it. I put some more, it pulled it in the nylon bag and poured. I got a gallon out of that 5 gallons of honey. I don't know if I guess I'll come out on that, because every time I've been melting in a Kelly wax melter and it's got a separator, but I always didn't want to use that honey after it's been heated. I don't know if it's any good or not. So I use this, and you press it down, you wait a little bit and you can come back and press it more. I got that 5 gallons in that thing. Then when I got it all pressed down, I couldn't get it to come out, the wax. So I put it, I'm learning, I put it in a 5 gallon bucket, the metal thing, and put a lid on it, put it outside in the sun. In a couple of days, it slid right out.
It will now.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've been letting all this honey go, melting and wasting. I got a gallon out of it so far. I might say 4 or 5 gallons doing that this year. I guess it's worth it.
Bag. What kind of bag is it?
It's a nylon bag. I bought a bunch of them. I bought some 5.
Throw it away when you're done?
Well, I was going to, but it's like a paint strainer bucket filter. That's what I use to filter my honey, but it's 5 gallon one. I bought some for 79 cents from Hilco the other day when I bought the spray. Yeah, I pulled it back out. You can use it again, but the nylon bag can be reused. I didn't know it would.
Nylon bags from like Brewer Supply. It's for they use it to put fruit in to make wine. And they use those. They have a drawstring on.
Oh, they got paint ones that.
You can do the same.
Yeah, that's what this one were. I got them for 79 cents a piece. When I bought some springs for my extractor. Anybody got any of the springs for extractor? I bought them, huh? Yeah, the ones that's supposed to. You got some? Do you like them? Yeah.
Darren and I couldn't do it together, we couldn't keep that thing still.
Sit on top of it anymore.
Oh, right. Well, I bought 3 because I got one that really.
That worked good.
Yeah, I got one I can bolt down real strong. I had to rebuild the legs on it because it's 20-something years old. And the little holes where you put the screws in that broke off. So I had my brother weld some for it. But the other one's a real good extractor, but it gets out of bounds bad. And not like that other one, but it does. And I'm going to put it on. I'm going to use 2 extractors. I'm going to have 2 18-frame extractor going at the same time. I do usually do that. I think I like 100 boxes or more. I'm guessing. I don't know if I all got honey in them. I got 80 gallons. Yeah, my back's sore. I barely walk. But yeah, I bought them, and but this spring I'm going to have them. I'm going to have them single deep. I guess I'm going to have to put a box on top of them with new frames and feed them this spring. and see if they pull out to make splits on them. But I got several that's double boxes too. I think last year I made 62 splits. I don't think I won't be able to make that, and I should have kept more than I did. But this first year I ever really sold splits last year. And I made enough money to pay for my queens. Brett helped me. We did 20-something that day, wasn't it? But and the queens were supposed to be gentle, but I don't think they're too gentle. They're the meanest ones I ever seen. But I should have known it because they're Canadians, Italian with buckfast in them. And buckfast is one of the best bees you can get, but one of the meanest ones too. After the queen superseded, they used to be, they were terrible. There's no.
Alan's the other day, and we worked his bees and everything. I didn't have gloves on or anything. I was driving home, I'm thinking, we didn't even like to smoke them. I mean, and they were general.
Allen's, that must have been them hygienics I sold you.
I don't know, I got them to do.
Yeah, you got the hygienics then. The Minnesota Hygienics, I got them from Steve Cup. He orders 2 different ones. I ordered some, one time I was running out of queens, he said, just take some of mine and you can replace them. Then after he decided, well, you can just buy them. So I bought them for $25 a piece. And them hygienics are really good. I mean, they started in Minnesota at a college, and they had women out there with a top veil suit on and shorts working the Minnesota hygienics. And they just did it to get, to get them started, and other people took over the breed of them. So they're really calm. Yeah. I used to run, I had a friend at Wynn that did queen raising, and he bought them, and he didn't treat his bees for a long time without them, but they eventually collapsed. But they're real gentle. He had a bunch of bees, and all of a sudden he didn't have none after 4 or 5 years. So it's important to treat for mites. I don't do a mite count. There may be some people in here that do. I have done mite count, but I never do the alcohol wash. In fact, I seen Randy Oliver, I think it's his son. He's doing them. They got a little thing that stirs them up and everything, but they're using Dawn dishwasher liquid and water to wash them. But if you treat, I'm kind of thinking if you treat for mites, you shouldn't have to do a wash. You should do one. I'm not saying that it's wrong to do it, but I just don't like kill my bees.
David Burns says you should always do it.
I don't.
I've never heard him explain why. So.
Yeah.
Because you don't know how bad your infestation is if you don't check.
True. But if you treat them anyway, like you said,
Yeah, but you don't know how much you need to treat them. You can do a standard treatment and hope you get them all, but if you've got 1,001 mites in there, then you need to treat heavy,
Yeah.
not just a mite once a month or whatever. So I have not done a wash in over 2 years. So.
Yeah.
But that's why they say you need to wash, and then you need to do either a sticky board test to see the drops, to make sure it's actually working,
Your
or what, so.
treatment. You're talking about you do your treatment, then see if it. Yeah. We used to do that.
Look on your board, your chloroplast board underneath, and see if you got a bunch dropped or what, and you can tell how bad your infestation is. No A treatment doesn't kill most of the mites anyway. Most of your mites are under the caps. So what
Yeah.
you're killing is the ones that are crawling around.
If you fog them, yeah.
So
I have,
1,000 of them when you do an OA treatment, then you got 3,000 in the box.
I have done the sugar.
Got formic or something strong.
I've done the sugar roll, which won't kill them. Now, I've been listening to people and they say if you do the sugar roll, they'll eventually die, but I don't think that's true. I don't know.
Yeah,
45 days.
I've
Yeah, bees life. And I seen on Facebook, this lady said, I seen a bunch of sick bees away from my hive. And probably wasn't sick bees, it's probably old bees. And a bee will fly away and die. They won't die. I mean, they may die in the hive, but they a lot of times fly away if they're sick and don't come back. Of course, some of the bees in the hive, they can't fly anymore, but they can still try to fan the hive. So, but I've done sugar powder. How much sugar powder do you put in there? Cup. And put that
Per box.
yeah, and use that 1/8. I got some of that wire that's 1/8, and screw the fruit jar in it. And you shake I take one of these hospital tubs or anything like that, and I try to get them in where the brood is. Shake them in the plastic box, and if they fly off, you don't want them adult bees. You want the ones that don't fly off. You take a cup. That's 300 bees, isn't that right? And you put them in there and you shake them, and you shake them again. You need to shake them 2 or 3 times because the mites might stick in it. Then you can put it on that sugar powder on the, I use a white cardboard or something, poster board, and see how many you got. That's one way to keep from killing them right at first anyway. But they used to come out and do it for me. The bee inspector, when Eamon was in there, I was in a program and they'd come out and tell me what, and then they'd send them off and tell me what was wrong with them. Some had that crippling winged virus. That's what you don't want, but.
I'm gonna check after, but I did treat it with OA, but every 10 days, and I've got the screen bottoms, and every 10 days I've been sifting powdered sugar on top of them, which supposedly will cause them to fall off, and then they go through the screen and die.
Well, they used to say that. They will make some of them fall.
Yeah, I'm sure it ain't gonna make them all fall off, but.
it just promotes hygienic behavior.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do a mite test and see a wash and see how many mites.
And they say you make your own powdered sugar, don't you? Okay, I thought you did.
Yeah.
So not
But,
store-bought.
I did that for a while. Kelly Bees told us to do it. They put it through a shifter and shift it. But then I started seeing little white crystals inside my honey frames.
Yeah.
For they put that sugar in the honey frames. But it was in the brood box, mostly. It's either that. Now, goldenrod honey, y'all want to talk about that?
We're ready for it.
You know what goldenrod honey does real bad?
Smells real bad.
Yeah, well, you know what else it does?
No.
It crystallizes.
Does it?
That could have been what I had. It'll crystallize inside the comb sometimes. If I'm not mistaken, cotton honey crystallizes pretty fast too. I don't know about, I know boy had some of them peanuts rather, and they bloom. Some of his bees on it. I don't know what it'd do.
I don't know, there's a lot of peanuts. I don't think there's any close.
Is there some down there stuck?
There's some south of Truman, but I don't
Yeah.
think I got any close enough.
You're raising them at Portia?
Yeah, they raise them down around Bay and Lake City.
Yeah,
And,
Monette,
yeah.
Manila, down that way.
South of Truman, a lot of cotton ground, they start growing peanuts.
Yeah.
But
And there's a couple of hives, those hives you're talking about, that you can see off the interstate.
Yeah.
South of Truman, that's right smack in the middle of the peanuts.
Yeah.
And I don't know whose they
You're
are.
talking about those singles and that double right there in that
Yeah.
fence? It's been there forever, they just keep staying that.
Yeah.
I wonder who them are. I'm like, I want to put some more every time I go by
Yeah,
there.
they do, I don't know.
Nah,
This-
they're not abandoned.
There's,
They still work them. They're
Oh,
just-
do they?
There was a guy that lived there at, Two Lot.
Oh.
He's got a bunch of bees, he's got a bunch of beehives and a bunch of bees. I don't know who it is, though. He's, neighbors of some folks that go to church.
I don't know who they are. I've been wondering.
Yeah, I thought they were yours at first.
No.
Sam's like, no,
We
they
were
ain't
coming.
Jeff's.
I got some by Brent's house down there at the Two Seasons, and they done super. Yeah,
The Garys.
yeah, they done good.
Oh, there you go.
And they're mean too. All right, bye. I put them right next to Moon's heating air from that concrete
What
slab.
are you doing to make them so mean, Jeff?
Right?
I didn't mean to be that trimming.
Yeah, probably so.
They won't do anything. We were coming in from, the river Saturday afternoon, and we come around Harding, you come to the stop where the little 4-lane, you have to get back on 2-lane, and we're sitting there in the truck waiting to go out, and there was bees everywhere.
Probably because they went by it. No.
Yeah,
Nope.
I was
I
in my
told
car.
Carol, I'm like, what the crap? She said, why? Is it a swarm? I said, it don't look like a swarm. But there was bees everywhere. We finally caught up, at about, in Bowden. There was 2 semi trucks.
Oh yeah.
Full of bees.
Well-
Everywhere. I mean, it's absolutely full. When we come, well, it's actually bypassing at Black Rock.
Yeah.
When we got on the 4-lane of the bridge there at Black Rock, we come around and there was bees everywhere.
When Coy's was still in Brooklyn, down there before you get to if you're going down the road by the All-American store, the one that Nestle's, you turn left there and you go to down there by Harvey Body Shop, over the railroad track. They used to call and say, we got a swarm of bees here. It was ones from the Coys that was left behind.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's Carol's like, well, what do you think about all them bees that just left? I'm like, I said, you see how many bees was on that truck?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot that go on the truck.
yeah, they're supposed to have a net, but
Yeah, they're, unless it's cold, you don't wanna move hives anywhere if you can help it with that net, because you're trying to keep the bees in your hive. So if you don't have a net on it, they're just
Yeah,
gonna be
these were
gone.
netted in black nets.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna lose some.
Obviously, they still had bees.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
And they
Well,
were all over the outside
yeah.
of the box and the
yeah.
nets.
I did catch a swarm out of a manhole the other day, and I'm gonna have to put some more brood or something with it. And the week before that, I caught one in a water meter box down by Goobertown Road. It was pretty small. When I got out there, my bees were so mean, I had her in the clip, and I put her and opened her up, and I guess she flew out. Next day, I seen them on the ground. There was a queen there, and I went down there looking for them, and I started getting stung so much, I decided the heck with that. But they're going to be hard. They might make it through the winter if I get them some food and feed them a lot. But
I caught one in the water meter box at
yeah,
Freeman the other day. Yeah, it's gonna be.
they're usually small.
All winter long,
Yeah. Well, I guess that's all I have to say. Does anybody have any questions or want to talk about anything that's going on? Do what?
I was driving, I came by one of my hives and I stopped and I looked at it late in the afternoon. I turned around and got back to the boat and headed back to the house. And I drove right through the storm.
Yeah.
I don't know where they came from or what they were doing.
They were,
I assumed they were taking their orientation flight or something.
were there a bunch in the air? It might have been a swarm from somewhere.
Maybe.
There have been a few swarms the last, I don't know why. What happens if they're in a tree or something and they run out?
Middle of
Yeah, I mean, they come out of a tree where they run out of room, they don't have enough room in them. Some reason they split this time of year a little bit.
I've had 2 more in the pear tree.
Yeah, you told me
last
this.
month.
How many swarms?
I started off with 1 hive this spring, 1, and I've got Every one of them have, all but the one I got out of the meter base the other day have come to the yard in either an apple tree or a pear tree.
They love the apple and pear trees. I don't know why.
I mean, and good, the last two have been pretty small, but I mean, I've had some big swarms.
I did catch a swarm in my 3-frame nuke box. I went out there and it's supposed to have been empty, and I was working my bees. And I seen bees go out of it, and they done built a comb in there. So I put 3 frames in there and took the comb out and shook the bees in there, and they went on that comb, and now they're 5-frame nukes now. But yeah, I have caught bee swarms in my boxes.
Yeah, I had one box that was empty that they.
Yeah, it did, didn't
They
they?
didn't even have to catch, they
Just went in there.
Well, I need to clean the box out, check it, when I took the top off, it was full of bees, I'm like, what the crap, what are these guys doing?
See, it might have dirt dollars in it,
Put wasp traps, I put out wasp traps, and they're covered up, so I figure the wasps are about to start looking around for something different to eat, so. But yeah, I put out 4 of them, and all 4 of them, they probably got 30 wasps each on them.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, that's all I.
In town.
Remember, next year, March the 13th, we're having our beginning beekeeping class again. Yeah. Next month, I'll show you how to do that.
Traps, sticky traps that are green, lime green.